The Champions League just ended. We saw the results, and then we're gonna give our next prediction of the next game in the Champions League this season. Okay, so the next games we're gonna have Atalanta vs Club Brugge. We're gonna give this game a draw, and then Caira vs Real Madrid. I'm gonna give it to Real Madrid scoring, winning with at least 3 goals different, and then I'm going Atletico Madrid versus Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm gonna give this game to Eintracht Frankfurt, or it's gonna be a draw. Atletico Madrid is not gonna win this game for sure. Bodo Glimt here with Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur to win Bodo Glimt with at least 2 goals different, and then Chelsea vs Benfica. Chelsea is going to defeat Benfica in this game, so a win for Chelsea. And then Pafos vs Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich to defeat Pafos FC with at least 3 goals different. And then we've got Galatasaray vs Liverpool. Liverpool to win International with Slava Praha. I'm going to give it to Inter to win Slava Praha. Olympique de Marseille versus Ajax. It's going to be a very hard one, so I'm going to give a double chance to Olympique de Marseille. Union Saint-Gilloise vs Newcastle. I'm giving it to Newcastle to win. And then Qarabağ FK and Copenhagen. It's going to be a very hard game. I'm putting this one on a draw. And Villarreal versus Juventus right here is going to be a very hard game as well. I'm putting this one as well in a draw. And Napoli versus Sporting CP, very hard game as well, because Sporting CP is really ready to. I'm gonna give a double chance to Napoli. And then Monaco versus Manchester City. I'm gonna give it to Manchester City. And Borussia Dortmund versus Athletic Club. This is gonna be a hard one. I'm gonna give it to Borussia Dortmund. And then we go here to Bayer Leverkusen versus PSV. It's going to be very hard as well for Bayer Leverkusen. I'm giving Bayer Leverkusen double chance, and then Barcelona for Paris Saint-Germain. The game of the night is going to be so hard in this game, but I'm going to give it to Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain is going to win Barcelona very easily. And Arsenal lastly versus Olympiacos, I'm going to give it to Arsenal. So those are our predictions of the upcoming Champions League game. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel. We bring to you more sport, football talk on SD Game Talk. See you on the next video. So here, let's continue with the Premier League to see what is happening in the Premier League this week. And we're going to give week number 6 play here. We're going to give our predictions right here. So Liverpool is going to be playing with Everton. Of course, it's a very sure win for Liverpool. I'm giving it to Liverpool. And then we've got Brighton Albion, who's going to be playing against Tottenham Hotspur. It's a double chance for Spurs right here. Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. Kind of be like a very hard game. Burnley is stepping up, they do not want to go back to, the poor form they were in the starting. But however, I'm giving a double chance to Nottingham Forest. And then West Ham playing with West Ham United playing with Crystal Palace. I'm going to give it a double chance for Crystal Palace right here. And Wolverhampton Wanderers playing with Leeds. I give the win to Wolf this time around. Wolf is actually not doing well, but the play is he's gonna actually outplay Leeds United here on Saturday. Manchester United playing against Chelsea. First of all, so many things to note here. The first half is going to be a draw, and then of course Chelsea is going to win Manchester United, so it's a win for Chelsea at the end of the match. And then we've got here Fulham versus Brentford, and I'm going to give the game to Brentford right here. Fulham is doing very well, but Brentford is going to be a more better team this Saturday. And then Bournemouth playing with Newcastle right here. I'm going to give a double chance to Bournemouth. Bournemouth has been stepping up and doing very incredible jobs, as well as Newcastle, but I don't think Bournemouth is going to lose this game. And Sunderland play with Aston Villa. Aston Villa has been in very poor form this season. Sunderland is one of the clubs that just came into the Premier League right now, but I'm sure they're going to do something to Aston Villa. So I'm just going to give this game a draw. And Arsenal playing Manchester City, the game of the night, one of the hardest games we're going to witness this weekend. And of course, I'm going to give it to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is back. And it's back, So let's see what is happening in the La Liga side as well. They will give you our predictions for the La Liga games that is coming. 5th round in the La Liga. We've got Real Betis with Real Sociedad. I'm going to go with a draw here. Girona versus Levante. Girona is very poor. I'm going to give it to Levante this game right here. I'm going to give it to Levante. And then Real Madrid versus Espanyol. Real Madrid is going to win this game with at least 2 goals different. And then Deportivo Alaves versus Sevilla. Sevilla is in very bad form this time. Deportivo Alaves is having the more opportunity to win Sevilla right here, but I'm going to give it a double chance for Deportivo Alaves. And then Villarreal versus Osasuna, I'm going to give it right here to Villarreal. Osasuna is doing great, but not gonna defeat Villarreal at home. And then Athletic Club versus Valencia. Valencia actually gonna be hosting Athletic Club, but Athletic Club is gonna win the game, given the fact that he's on top form in the La Liga this season. So Athletic Club is gonna take the points away. Rio Vallecano versus Celta de Figo. I'm going to give a double chance to Celta de Figo. Mallorca versus Atletico Club. Atletico de Madrid. Atletico de Madrid not doing well, but this is a sure win for Atletico de Madrid. So 3 points for Atletico Madrid. I'm giving them a win. And Elche versus Rui Oviedo. It's going to be a very hard game. Kind of a little bit not predictable, but Elche has come back, in a very poor way. So I'm going to give this one a draw for both of them. And Barcelona, of course, to beat Getafe very comfortably. Let's see for the Serie A what we're gonna see in the Serie A this season. Ligue versus Gilgare. I'm gonna give it to Gilgare. Ligue is doing well, but Gilgare is more better one to win in this weekend. Bologna and Genoa. Genoa as well. I'm gonna give a double chance to Genoa, and then we got Hellas Verona versus Juventus. Juventus doing well, but Hellas Verona, are kind of sometimes very difficult to be defeated at home right now. I'm gonna give a double chance to Juventus. And Udinese versus Milan. I'm gonna give it to Milan. Milan is stepping up and doing a great job. I'm gonna give it to Milan. And then Lazio versus Roma. I'm gonna give it to. I'm going to give a draw here as well. And then Cremonese versus Parma. Cremonese versus Parma. It's going to be a hard game. I'm going to give it double chance to Cremonese. Cremonese is actually on top form right now. Torino versus Atalanta. I'm going to give a double chance to Atalanta. Fiorentina is going to beat Como. And Inter Milan is going to beat Sassuolo. However, the last game is going to be Napoli, where it's going to be a very comfortable win for Napoli in the Serie A. If you're just joining us, these are our predictions for all the games that are going to be coming up. We're going to bring to you more predictions in other leagues as well. See you in our next video.